Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the first episode of Chio-chan no Tsuugakuro, or Chio School Road. Now, I've been looking forward to this anime for a while because I saw this as soon as the first PV before it came out, and it looks like something very interesting and very fun to watch. So it's finally out, and I'm excited to get into it, so without wasting any more time, let's do that. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh wow, we're getting right into the opening right away for episode 1. That's interesting. Very interesting. Man, that's an awesome outfit. I really like the opening so far. You know, all 5 seconds of it that I've seen so far. Oh no, I've been caught. Oh, well, there she goes. uh, there's definitely worse things to fall on. Have fallen to you. Jesus. You can already see what you're in for with this anime. And I am. This opening's hard to comment on. But I love it. It's actually one of my favorite opening of the season so far. Because she has a king crown. I like nice mustache. I'm sorry I didn't notice that sooner. I guess we see a bunch of less important characters there. Dude, you might want to take care of that. Anyway, I should have mentioned this is an anime about a girl trying to get to school, but running into obstacles. I probably should have mentioned that before getting into it, but there is anime to watch. You don't even have toast in your mouth, you're doing it wrong. Okay, that shouldn't be that hard. You just go over to that road, down there, over there. You shouldn't really get that lost. I feel like you're gonna regret that decision. I don't know why I feel like the way, but I do. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's there for a reason. Tardiness guaranteed. I should have looked up her voice actor before I started this, because that voice sounds familiar. 3 hours prior. Oh, wow, that looks cool. I want one of those. I want one of those as well. Ah! Jeez. I can see why she was late. Stayed up all night playing games. I would never do such a thing. If only you could do that in real life, just blow balls in your way and jump on falling rocks, because it totally works that way. But yeah, time waits for no one. Yes, you really did. Wow. Yeah, what was he doing on the way to school? You know, her chest looked bigger when she was playing games, but anyway. Uh, are you really that athletic? Yeah, you can't just parkour because you play games. It doesn't quite work that way. Yes, you're totally putting game logic into real life. You're not gonna give up, though. Yep, you're coming back. Oh, she actually, she actually made it to the roof. Well, about almost. Just don't fall. uh, you're gonna. There you go. Okay. I'm sorry I underestimated you. Maybe not, but you are up. Well, then just take it off. It'll slow you down anyway. But yeah, I bet the view is great from up there. I mean, the view is nice from where I'm standing. Sitting. Yeah, you should tell them about the jumping on the roof tactic you used. Because those guys are probably more or less the same position as you. That's not safe, especially since you're in balance because one hand has a briefcase and the other doesn't. Oh, you're not gonna steal any underwear or anything? Bit of a missed opportunity, but I see I understand that you're in a hurry, so I can understand. Wow, she's kind of having just a leisurely stroll to school, just on rooftops, like she is at a video game. But yeah, that would save you a lot of time if you can just jump from roof to roof. It's not quite as good as flying, but it's up there. Things are going far too well now. I'm sure something will happen. Good thing all the roofs are pretty close. Now we really are just watching her stroll on her way to school. I'm, I'm still sure something must happen to go wrong. And she does have to spend 12 episodes trying to get to school, right? A bird. I know it's pretty, but don't get distracted. Yes, I just said that. Yes, but this is not Assassin's Creed time, this is school time. I think I underestimated just how tuning this girl was. Oh my god. Wow, we did straight up admit it's Assassin's Creed referencing. It happens sometimes. You look out your window, there's just a high school girl standing there being all chuny. do people do that? Brush their teeth in their underwear in front of a window? I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't do that, but I wouldn't. Hopefully, he doesn't spit on her. Uh, you might want to dodge. Well, having it land on a glass still isn't great, but I guess it's better than the alternative. Oh no. Uh, I don't know. Oh jeez. That. She was having so much fun until now. I must clean. I must clean for hours. No, you never learn, do you? Another school. You can tell because every school anime looks exactly the same. Yeah, I shouldn't consider this. You have to get down somehow. Look at those still people. I mean, you could probably jump it. A wild schoolgirl. Well, I couldn't see her panties. I feel gypped. Yes, I'm sure it's exactly how things would go. You don't need to be racist. You, that ship kind of sailed when you decided to be all assassiny on rooftops. The crying child probably lost or something. Or maybe he lost a balloon. Yep, I was right. It was my second guess. I knew it was either he lost his parent or he lost his balloon. It's never anything else in anime. It's always one of those. Man, she is stacked and jiggly. Ah. I thought it was gonna be rude and just ignore them, but... Okay, I was right in the first place. Never mind, I was spot on. Oh my god. Uh... Uh, it's just a balloon, dude. What an asshole. I know, right? Should spit at him. Although he'd probably like it. Unless you hit his suit, in which case he wouldn't. You know, it'll be fun throwing rocks at your face in 5 seconds. Okay, are you actually gonna do it? Please do. I don't think that hurt very much. Try a bigger rock. Oh, jeez. Uh, I knew you were referring to the price, man. Now jump off and drop kick him. Are you? There we go. They're whites. What is she talking about? Come on. Oh. Well done. They want to keep under their eyes closed, so that's a bad idea. I mean, lost a lot of time there, but... He's something, alright. Yay, the balloon came down. Although that hurt, I'm sure he was happy about the view we got. Oh, that's what she's a rock for, okay. She really did seem like some kind of vigilante hero or something. You know she's an assassin because you got a nice view of her ass. That's how that works. Huh, she did find a way to get down. Cool. I mean, there's a child that saw you. But I guess he's not in your school, so that's not relevant. I keep waiting for the door to just, like, shut. Oh. What's up? Is he just that turned on by suddenly seeing a high school girl? Because I can get that, but... Or is there, I thought maybe you're... Oh, okay. I get it now. That's not gonna be good for your reputation if that gets out. But yeah, first thought maybe it was something where her skirt got stuck up when she jumped, like, into her panties, like what sometimes happen when girls leave the bathroom. But it was not quite that. It was... She came out of a love hotel, I think. That was a bit rude. Well, I guess her days, well, her minutes of being a cool assassin are over. But yeah, she's made it to school, so... Wasn't the whole premise of the anime her trying but failing to get to school? I thought. Maybe each episode will be a different attempt at getting to school. I guess maybe that could be the case. I don't know. Yep, it is coming back to haunt her. That's not rumors you want circulating around school. Oh, not compensated dating. Okay, that's not something you want to be seen looking up at school either. Because that's definitely a misunderstanding there. As expected of our assassin. Good job. Yeah, you can avoid having to have an epic adventure to get to school. Huh. He looks kind of important. You know, hair color wise. Osokawa. What? Wait, what, is she waving at me? Yep. Uh, I don't talk to people. What is this nonsense? Okay, she's... Wow, those faces. So she is one of those, one of the popular kids. Yes. We all know their type. She might be waiting for somebody behind you, and she is, yeah. Well, or this is her imagination, one of the two. But yeah, that's usually what you would assume. She also looks good in that outfit. It's uncommon, but not impossible. I know, right? This is definitely an awkward situation to be in. All you have to do is look behind you real quick, and then you go from there. If no one's there, then you know she's talking to you, and then you give a casual greeting. uh, well, just don't completely ignore her, and it should be fine. Ah, don't hurt yourself. No. I don't understand how you came to the conclusion that that was the most nonchalant way to handle this. I mean, I appreciated the view and all, but I feel like there could have been better ways to deal with it. Sure you did. uh... Maybe no one just bothered to change it. uh... You have quite the imagination, you know that? uh... You live a very stressful life, you know that? Do you have a group? Like, do we have anything in common? Does she play games? Oh yeah, she said she was in the tennis club or something. Sounds funny. Smooth. What about clubs? That's very vague to say. Does that mean we're separating here? uh, oh, you're gonna go for the kill, Miss Assassin? Oh no, you're gonna take the opportunity to escape a certain game. Oh, lies. Wow, she went straight to the bathroom. Well, when you gotta go, I suppose. I saw. uh, I like just physical attacks it became. You know, this first episode's done a good job of letting me know exactly the personality she has. Not a very social, not a very confident person, I take it. Well, we can't miss out on that. You're gonna make yourself almost late again, aren't you? Oh, she waited for you. Well, that's a problem. Just pretend you don't see her. Oh no, it's too late. You made eye contact. Back. Were you? Were you really? Huh. I think she likes you, Chio. I think that's the conclusion to come to. Wow, she assumed she had an emergency and had to rush to the bathroom. That's so... Oh my god, that's horrible. I mean, that is a reasonable conclusion to come to. Yeah, I do feel kind of bad for her now. She did nothing wrong and you act this way around her. Because of your own insecurities. I don't blame her at all. I also have, you know, difficult dealing with people, but... Yeah, otherwise I'll whack you. So yeah, I think this anime is just going to be a collection of, you know, days... Collection of, attempts at getting to school. Instead of one big one like I initially assumed, because this makes more sense. I love you. Oh. That was not directed at you guys. Wow. None of you are right. You are all wrong. Well, yeah, athletic girl. I guess it is. Oh, that's an interesting out. I guess it works. And I guess we're done. But yeah, not quite what I was expecting this anime, but still really good. I mean, our main girl is much more of a weirdo than I initially thought. I think the description just described her as a bookworm, if I remember correctly. It didn't say she liked video games, or that she was chuny, or that she was, yeah, the ED is much less, crazy than the opening. Just kick the poor guy. So that was the first episode of Chio-chan no Tsuugakuro. And this episode, pretty much, we had two instances of Chio attempting to make it to school, and just all the difficulties she has on the way there. So, before I get into this, I just want to say that Chio's voice actress, the reason she sounded familiar to me, is because she has the same voice actress as Tanya from Gabriel Dropout, which I would say is a pretty good choice for this character, considering her personality. I'd say spot on there. But yeah, she tries to make her way to school. She's running late because I guess she studied all night playing video games, probably Assassin's Creed specifically. I've actually never played an Assassin's Creed game in my life, but I've obviously heard of it, like most people who have any knowledge of gaming at all. I've probably at least heard of the game. But yeah, pretty much she's just trying to make up on lost time, but like the road she takes, I guess, was closed, so she had to make a choice if she wanted to get to school on time, and that choice was to go from rooftop to rooftop, much like you do in something like Assassin's Creed. She has a difficulty with that. She didn't get up there quite as smoothly and coolly, if that's a word, as she had intended, but she did make it up there, and she was able to go from roof to roof pretty easily. Well, maybe not easily is the best word, easily enough. Like, she wasn't struggling for most of the roof to roof transitions. Now, things were actually going pretty smoothly for her once she actually got to the roof. I mean, it seemed like she was having a nice, fun little stroll, looking at pretty birds, the nice scenery, all that good stuff. But she eventually ran into a bit of a roadblock with some guy in his underwear, just opening the window, looking outside, and she quickly hides. You know, she doesn't want him to think she's some kind of, you know, suspicious person, so she tried to hide. However, he decided for some weird reason to brush his teeth while looking out the window. I have no idea if that's a thing people do. It's not a thing that I do. But the world's a big place. I'm sure there are some people out there that do this. But yeah, the problem was some stuff was starting to get on her. Like, but luckily a lot of it hit her glasses. But still, that was a very gross, very unpleasant experience. Not the kind of thing you want to deal with on your way to school, I'm sure. But you know, after it ended, she spent a few hours cleaning her glasses. Well, a few minutes, but I'm sure she'll do a few hours later in the day just to make sure it's all off. You know, once she's no longer on a time constraint. But after that was all dealt with, yeah, she continued on her way to school. Now, the next problem Chio saw on her way, well, ran into on her way to school, she saw a child lost his balloon. She's like, oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe someone will come by to help. And then a tall guy with the means to help came by, but as we learned quickly, he's an asshole that looks down on poor people. Very over-the-top character in that regard. But yeah, he wasn't going to help, so Chio had a little bit of revenge on him by throwing rocks at him and stuff, and also used a rock to get the balloon down, so yeah, the situation was resolved. Also, she stepped on his face in order to get to the next roof, because that was a real problem there, that she couldn't get from one roof to the other. So he was able to indirectly, unintentionally help her out with that. He probably got a great view, you know, from that, but you know, it's at least she got to kick him. I guess at least that's something. Now, eventually, Chio decided to get down from the roofs, and she went to a parking lot and left. And some guy was giving her weird looks. I mean, she just assumed he was a pervert or something, which is a safe assumption. However, as she boldly left the parking lot, what she failed to realize is the building that she was in was a love hotel. And so obviously that guy's mind went wild with imagination as to what she was doing in there. Of course, that's completely wrong because it's just a big misunderstanding. However, he doesn't know that. So he just gets excited, takes pictures, rumors spread around school, I'm sure, about, you know, the compensated dating, the Enko that she's clearly involved in. So yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a little bit worse than having nicknames about your panties, I would assume. But yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. That did lead to the really funny misunderstanding of the one teacher looking up compensated dating on the internet to see if he can see the student in question, but yeah, I don't think he did. But the other female teacher saw him looking that up, and obviously a very clear misunderstanding would arise from that. Probably getting fired depending on, you know, the country this takes place in, but this is Japan, where now the second half of the episode, another trip of Chio attempting to make it to school. This time the big thing was Hosokawa, I believe her name is, the girl with the same voice actors as Hitomi from Hinamatsuri, my favorite anime of last season, so it's great to have her in this series. Anyway, yeah, the thing was that she saw her and she like said hi to Chio, and Chio went into full panic mode. I try to figure out exactly what's going on here. Now, as somebody with social anxiety, I definitely get where Chio's coming from with a lot of her thought patterns, wondering exactly how she should deal with this problem, you know. How awkward would it be if she said hi to her when she was speaking to someone behind her, you know, and thinking about the best plan of action to deal with this awkward social situation. I definitely get all that. But what I don't get is why she picked what she picked as far as how to deal with the situation. Pretending to fall, diving headfirst into a pile of trash, just so you could see behind you and see her. I don't really understand why that was the thing. Why couldn't you just, you know, casually look behind to see if anyone was there? And if nobody was there, then you know that she was speaking to you. If somebody was there that looks like they're saying hi back, then you know that obviously they're speaking to that person. You can just ignore the person in front of you. If you look behind yourself and the person is not saying hi back, but so you're 50-50 on whether or not that person in front of you is talking to her, that's the worst case scenario. That's when you might want to dive headfirst into a trash, but not the first thing you do. That's more of a last resort when you're in the worst case scenario. That's when you get to that option. Anyway, eventually Hosokawa made it obvious that she was talking to Chio and they just walked together. However, at this point, Chio is struggling coming up with something to talk about because she obviously doesn't know this character very well. She's very bad with dealing with people. She just desperately trying to think of anything. And then she says, hey, we're both like at a sports club or something. That's some common ground, right? Let's talk about that. So, club, question mark. She's like, yes. Like, I don't know, you can't really respond very well to that. So you kind of have to formulate more of a proper question, Chio, if you really want to spike the conversation into a direction. But she tried her best. Sometimes words just don't come out as easily, as well as you had envisioned them in your head, which can sometimes lead to a very awkward situation. I'm definitely well aware of that fact. So what Chio decided to do was, as soon as Hosokawa ran into some friends that she knew, because she's a popular girl, so she's obviously going to meet some friends on the way to school, she decided to immediately, without even saying anything to Hosokawa, just do her fancy Chuni shenanigans and go to the nearest bathroom. Which, I mean, that's kind of funny. It became much funnier when we realized the misunderstanding that Hosokawa had made about that. Thing is, she was having some stomach problems, and she had to rush to the bathroom immediately to deal with it, and then stay in there for a while. That's a hilarious misunderstanding, and especially because it's definitely reasonable. That is what you would assume in that situation. You wouldn't assume she was just trying to ditch you. I mean, that'd just be mean. Hosokawa's a pretty nice character, pretty good girl, so yeah, she's got to think of the best in people, I'm sure. But yeah, Chio didn't know any of that, so she was just assumed that she'd be gone by then and decided just to kill some more time reading the magazines, and then Hosokawa was still there, waving at her. And yeah, I did feel a little bit bad for Hosokawa, like more so than Chio in this overall interaction. Because she's just trying to make a new friend, you know, be nice, and obviously Chio struggles with that, so I don't blame Chio or anything. It's just a bit of an awkward situation all around. So the final gag of the episode was basically Chio attempting to say good morning to Hosokawa, but she was already gone, and the four guys in front of her all thought she said it to them. And for some reason, they made the leap in logic that saying good morning to them means that she wants to have sex with him. I don't think that's really the case. I think you have to take a lot of logical leaps to get to that point. But I mean, this is a girl that was supposedly went to a love hotel, so I guess I can't blame them that much for jumping to a strange conclusion. But no, that was not the case. Especially as she wasn't even saying saying good morning to them to begin with. But yeah, she played that off with a sneeze, and it was all good. In any case, I really liked this first episode. It was pretty good. I don't know why the MyAnimeLIst score for this one is a little bit on the low side. Not super low or anything, but like below a 7 out of 10. Which usually by MyAnimeLIst standards means that people don't like it. But, you know, anyone with a brain knows that MyAnimeLIst scores are stupid anyway, and they don't mean anything. Some of my favorite anime have had less than a 7, some of which, like, less than a 6. But anyway, this was good. I like Chio a lot. She's voiced by Satania's voice actress, which, now that I know that, I can't unhear that. But yeah, I do love what she's able to do with this character. It's a very silly, crazy character, so it suits her well. And we're doing things like that fancy spinny thingy-mabobber to the bathroom just to avoid talking with, you know, continuing to talk with an acquaintance that wants to be a bit more than an acquaintance. And jumping from roof to rooftops and jumping off people's faces and thinking about throwing grenades at walls while on the way to school. You know, that sort of thing. She's a very, very interesting character. And Hosokawa, I really like her. She's, I mean, we haven't really gotten too deep into her character yet, besides the fact that she's, you know, in a sports club. She seems to be pretty nice, and I thought she looked really cute when she was near the very end there when she was running. She's like, I love running, or running's so fun, or whatever she said. Like, she was really cute. In that part, I like her a lot. I wouldn't mind seeing more of her. And there's only 2 characters. I think there's at least a couple more girls that we haven't really gotten to yet that I think I saw in the opening. And yeah, I think I forgot to mention that in this after reaction segment. But yeah, I really love the opening as well. One of my favorites of the season so far. Obviously, the season, not everything I'm watching has aired yet, so that doesn't have as much weight to it. But still, I'd say it's one of my favorites. It's probably most likely going to be one of my favorites overall of the season. But right now, it's probably my number one. Right now that I'm in the position where I haven't seen everything yet. In any case, like I said, really good first episode. I'll definitely continue with this one, and be sure to let me know what your thoughts on all this are in the comment section below. And yeah, see you next time. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.